This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
You work hard, go to the gym, really zen yourself out to be able to go to a gig and really not only play the part, but look the part. Can we talk about the effort that goes into that? Because you can't just say, I'm the best at what I do. You mentioned a while ago that you go to the gym, you do this and all that stuff. But then again, you're investing in yourself. Please emphasize the importance of investing in yourself. Look, appearance, skill, congeniality.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Can we talk about, can you piece by piece all those things and share it with the people who think that they're all that? But it's more than just skills, right?
Yes.
That's all I wanted to say. But
Yeah. No, that's so. Well, we're going to be here a couple hours tonight, aren't we?
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. The whiskey's there.
This is great. Yeah. Can use a refill.
Give it to Mike.
This is a great question. So, when we were younger, you couldn't go on YouTube and just access any drummer or TikTok or Instagram and watch drummers from around the world and realize that the talent pool and how good people are, and also players of all musicians and artists and or whatever your interest is. You can go on any form of social media or the internet and look up people and learn from them. So everybody's piggybacking on each other to see, oh wow, he can do that. Well, I'm going to try to work and do that.
This episode is brought to you by ABBA e-Services.
That's really a benefit to people these days, is being able to visually see and hear what other people are doing and to be motivated by that. So I think that's not really answering the question, but that's a core fundamental thing of comparing, like when we talked about like somebody who maybe is deaf, or blind, maybe even the youth can't, maybe there's whatever it is, like that's a, kind of a hypothetical situation, but it's the fact that you can go in and not be the best drummer. I mean, I know there's drummers that can,
That blow us
play
away. Yeah.
circles around me,
Yeah.
but I'm great at what I do. And
That's what I mean.
And I keep working harder at it every day to, accomplish certain goals. So maybe I'll see somebody, we'll take, what's a good topic? Double bass drum,
Yes.
playing double bass. Like that's something you see a lot of because it's kind of fun to watch. Even if you're not a musician, to watch somebody move their feet that fast, maybe 260, 270 BPM, that's quite an accomplishment. So, and it's something that I'm still working on. I mean, I've played for some pretty major heavy metal artists, and not that it's my favorite style of music or forte, but it's something that I want to be able to do. If I get a call, I want to be able to go, yeah, no problem. I can play that and whatever weird time signature that there is. So
Like Vinny Colaiuta playing for Megadeth. Can you imagine?
I mean, he would crush it.
Oh my
Vinny
God.
Colaiuta's,
Like he did it actually for one album, right? Yeah. Oh my God.
he's playing on so many albums.
Yes.
Of that,
You
you're like,
wouldn't
wait,
know. Yeah.
it's Vinny Colaiuta. But I mean, that's
Exactly,
right.
yeah.
He's not just a pop drummer or a
Right.
jazz drummer. He can do anything. But so in that vein,
Yes.
that's always something that I just use it to motivate myself. And I think everybody should look around because there's so much content available to everybody now that there's no reason that you should ever get lazy or be happy with where you're at. If you're not pushing to be better every day, then you're not accomplishing your goal, and you're losing track of that
awesome.
of that prize, so to speak. So I think it's great. I like everything you said. They're just things that help me be better. Like I'm motivated and inspired by everybody, and not just in music, other things in life. Like yesterday, I was contacted by it was a career counselor, and it was just random. They found me on Instagram, I think it was, and she was a lovely person, and she contacted me, and she's like, hey, so I've got this guy, and he wants to become a drummer, and I responded going, does he play drums now? And she was like, no, he's been to a couple of hand drum circles. And I go, okay. Fine.
No judgment. Yeah.
No judgment. If that's what he wants to do, that's interesting. And she's like, can you just meet with him for like a half hour and kind of tell him about what you do? And I was like, absolutely. I would love to, again, inspire somebody. And like, it helps me to know that, you know, it's, again, if I can help somebody else with a music, you know, or whatever it might be, I'm more than happy to. So we sat down and he was like, yeah, so I like drumming and how do you do this? And I go, well, I mean, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of practicing. If you knew the hours and the time that you spend every day practicing, rehearsing, learning how to read music, going to school, playing with people, learning the communication aspects and listening and understanding and practicing and more practicing. And guess what? You're going to have to practice some more and you're going to have to spend a lot of money on your instrument and not get a lot back. You know, I drove around in like a car that was about $3,000 and had about 20 grand worth of gear in it for a long time. And so there was so many things.
You were really giving him the real talk.
I gave him the real talk because I was like, if he really wanted to do it, I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'd be like, oh, you know, win some, lose some, and everybody can have a gig, and you can do. I'm like, listen, this is what I do. It doesn't work for everybody, and you know, some people are very lucky and they grow up and maybe their best friends end up being, you know, songwriter for BTS and then make $3 million on one song. Like it just takes one song. So there's different scenarios where there's luck involved for sure. Yes, I mean, even in my own career, being in the right place and right time I would say that's maybe some of the best parts, right? So you can't really ignore that, but being out there and being in that place where maybe you have an opportunity is how I was presented. I go, if you're not there and you're not out, you might not meet that person where 2 years down the road, they're going to be like, oh, Zach's a drummer. And I saw him make a post on Instagram about he's got a studio or he was doing a gig with whoever. I'm going to call Zach for that because I know he can show up and do it. And like, that's usually like that phone call will come through and you're like, hello? Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, you need me to be in Vegas tomorrow to play with Corey Taylor on his tour? I have to learn 25 songs
tonight.
Okay, so all right, yes, you just say yes. When this happened actually about 10 months ago, and I was like, yes, you know what I mean. My friend was the MD for the band, and their drummer got COVID the night before the tour started. So that's a scenario where I hadn't really done anything. I hadn't even seen him for like 2 years, and the call came through, and it was one of the bigger gigs I had ever done, playing with Corey Taylor, who's if you don't know out there, it's Slipknot, Stone Sour. Yeah. He's got his own career, so he's a very accomplished musician, brilliant songwriter and person. And I took the opportunity, and you know, it was I don't get anxiety ever. It was the only time I'd ever had anxiety because I had to stay up all night learning the music, and then we had Kim drove while I charted songs.
Yeah, I
in
was
the
gonna
car.
say who charted. Yeah. Okay.
So we jumped in the car early that morning because I had to be to sound check and by like 1 PM.
Right.
And it's about a 5-hour drive from LA to Vegas. So I charted in the car listening to the songs, and we got there. I didn't get to play anything, and it was a lot of new music from him, and like Stone Sour and Slipknot are not easy songs to play.
Yeah.
So there's a lot involved in the arrangements and the actual pulling it off. And you showed up and we ran through some stuff from rehearsal. I charted some more, and luckily Corey and the band they're fantastic.
Right.
Some of the best musicians I have ever met.